one is off. And he's good on the second. Here's Johnson. Here's Finley. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
And the first hit. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Well, anytime you can get to the free throw line with that kind of consistency, that just makes every other facet of the game easy.
And, you know, they have to rotate the defensive assignment on him from now on just to avoid foul trouble on any one particular player, given how good he is at drawing fouls and how many fouls he's been drawing.
Bell is out there with Nash. Then there's Finley. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's LaFrance in at the center position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Mavericks trailed by 6. Nash. That drops.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
It's LeBron with the drive.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Clark
Yes,
bringing it down
sir.
hard,
Yes,
my
sir.
brother.
Yes, sir.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Out to the right wing. LaFrance passes to Finley. Dallas moving it around. It's tipped.
To the FIBA World Tournament.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. And Nowitzki wide open. He fires. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Here's Bell. Good, and the assist goes to Nash.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Here's Gooden, and he dunks it down.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
And stolen by Williams. Uses both hands to slam it down.
How's that for a quick possession?
A different look for Dallas. Griffin's checked in for Bell. And Van Exel subbed in for Steve Nash. And Cleveland also making a change. Gibson's checked in. Now here's Gooden. To the middle. Gibson dishes to Ilgauskas. Back to Gibson. Just 5 on the clock. Van Exel kicks to Griffin. for the tie. And he was fouled on the way out. 2 free throws now for him. The Mavericks have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
Adrian Griffin taking 2 shots.
And he sinks the second. 1:44 left in the third quarter. To the inside. And it's Gooden with the jam.
Fellas, that 2-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Mavericks foul.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And the jam by Ilgauskas.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
That's a 3-second
And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Mavericks ball. Timeout charge to Dallas. Ladies and gentlemen, your Dallas Mavericks dancers.
Dallas calls timeout.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Nowitzki outside. And a missed layup.
No doubt the fight's there. They are trying to battle back, but he's just really struggling this quarter.
On the wing, James. Mavericks with the rebound.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Williams passes to LaFrance. Down low. Nowitzki. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
I tell you what, you gotta love his aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
And here's James outside. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Cavaliers on top, up 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Mavericks trailed by 3. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Daniel Gibson is out there with Larry Hughes. Then there's Gooden. Then there's Ilgauskas. And it's LeBron in the 3 spot. And that one's good. Naharaz got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Mavs.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
Now Cleveland moving it up. Ilgauskas with it. Picked up by Nowitzki. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And Ilgauskas kicks to LeBron. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Knocks it loose. To the middle. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. They give Michael Finley. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Cavaliers?
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thank you, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Bradley comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Van Exel subbed in for Steve Nash.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Ilgauskas is screen on Van Exel. Over in the corner, Gooden. In the corner, it's James. The shot, no good. Bradley with some nice D. James, the pass to Hughes. And the shot is good. And the Cavaliers lead by 7.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this. And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Dallas calls timeout. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Varejao comes in for Ilgauskas. And it's Wesley in for Daniel Gibson. And Clark, they've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, I think so. Too cool. I mean, just not forceful enough, not alert or aggressive enough, and sometimes trying to do too much with the basketball.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm.
By 10. Passes to LaFrance. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anderson Varejao. That'll be his second foul of the game. On defense, the Cavaliers. It's Nash with the drive. Beyond the arc. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. That's 7 points for Nash.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
LeBron with it. Picked up by Nowitzki. LeBron dishes to Gooden. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Nowitzki's shot's good.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
.149 left to play here in the fourth. Hughes, good. Hughes got 4 points this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. Good possession there, resulting in the easy one down low.
James kicks to Wesley. Dishes it to Varejao. Back to James. Pass to Wesley. And here is Hughes, defended by Bell. Varejao. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Van Exel's checked in for Raja Bell. On a switch here also for Cleveland. Snow's checked in. Van Exel with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Here's Finley. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Nowitzki playing very well. He's got 21 points, and he's knocked down a pair of 3-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
And Cleveland making a change here. Ilgauskas is checked in.
Those were critical foul shots because we're at the point now.
LeBron is doubled. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Nash drives in. Out of bounds. Cleveland